Hello everyone, welcome to another Best of 2024 video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what I consider to be the 20 best new makeup releases of 2024. I recently uploaded my best drugstore purchases of 2024 video. So because that video was just purchases, it didn't necessarily mean that those products were released this year. Most of them were, but there were also a few that I simply didn't try until this year. So I'm gonna link that video in the description box, and I'll also put a little card up here if you happen to miss that video that was entirely dedicated to drugstore products. There are a couple repeats from that video in this video, but truth be told, the majority of the products I'm going to be speaking about in this video are mid to high end. All right, let's get started. I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking this, but 2024 was the year of blush. There were so many blush releases this year, it was kind of overwhelming. I actually have six blushes in this video. Not 6 blush shades, but 6 blush formulas from 6 different brands that made the cut for this video. I took into consideration the shade range, I took into consideration the blendability, the pigmentation, the wear time, and in my humble opinion, you really can't go wrong with any of them. So I'm going to start with the powder formulas. Up first is Kosas. I love these blushes so much, they have their own bin in my vanity. And every single shade is perfection. I have so many favorites in this formula. I couldn't even begin to pick an actual favorite. Now, most of these are matte. I think it's this shade Swoon that is the one that has a little bit of a shimmer to it. So if you don't like shimmer in your blush, then I wouldn't pick up Swoon. But the rest of them, I'm fairly certain, yeah, they're matte or like a satin finish. This color, look at this color. It's called Adrenaline. So pigmented. I just took my finger and like insane pigmentation. This is such an amazing formula. Also, Fenty Beauty came out with another highly pigmented, long-wearing, fantastic powder blush formula. This is the Fenty Cheek Suede. I only have one shade of this so far. This is Lolly Poppy, and I wore this so many times over the summer. It looks so gorgeous with a tan. If you do have fair to light skin, you are going to want to use a light hand with this blush. Okay, moving on to some liquid blushes. These are from Giorgio Armani. I purchased all of these with my own money. They were not sent to me. I started with shade 52, and then I saw Sabrina Carpenter's makeup artist show the 2 shades that she uses to get Sabrina Carpenter's beautiful, beautiful pink cheek. And even though I have tons of other blushes that could probably get me the same outcome as these 2 together, but I admit I have a problem and I'm easily influenced, so I went and purchased 2 more shades during the Sephora savings event. No, actually it was these 2, 52 and 53, that Sabrina's makeup artist used to achieve her look. But then I also wanted to pick up a peachy color, so I got this shade. And this is shade 50.5, is that right? 50.5. Why the 0.5? These are great because they start off, I don't want to say sheer, but on the sheerer side, but they can be built up. Basically the opposite of the Rare Beauty liquid blushes that start off so strong and you have to be so careful with the amount that you use, otherwise you can go way overboard with it. These are a lot more user-friendly, they are mature skin friendly, they're oily skin friendly, as are the YSL liquid blushes. Now I only have one shade of this so far, and this is shade 37. And this one has, in my opinion, a little bit more of a blurring effect to it. So if you have large pores like I do, you can kind of see as I'm blending it out, maybe. Let's see if my camera will focus. It really just sort of diffuses and looks very airbrushed on the skin. If I remember correctly, I do have this in a video titled something like luxury makeup that is worth the money, worth the splurge, and I still stand by that. I think this is a great product, especially for those with texture, large pores. So good. And I have to admit, I was sort of surprised at how much I liked these Huda Beauty blush filters. I've bought 2 shades so far, Watermelon and Latte. Latte is the perfect shade if you want that naturally sun-kissed, bronzy look to the skin. And this product also blurs the skin. And again, this particular shade is kind of like that bronzer tone, but with a hint of mauve. But it's not purpley, so you're not gonna look bruised. I feel like I'm doing a horrible job explaining this, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying not to make this video an hour and a half long. I also really like the size of these. I like the packaging. And this watermelon shade, I could actually put, oh gosh, I have so much on my fingers right now. I could actually put a little bit of this on. I feel like it would still go with the look. I love this watermelon shade because I love a sort of reddish, peachy blush. And it blends out so easily, even if you've already powdered, which I have. So pretty. I'm loving these blush filters so much. Now, if none of those liquid blushes are in your budget, I highly recommend trying these Morphe Hot Shot blushes. I have the shade Fireball. It's very similar to what Huda Beauty's blush filter in Watermelon shows up like on the skin. It's a little bit pinker, but it's the same kind of thing. One little drop, it's very liquidy, goes a long way. It's natural looking, very long wearing. These are so great, especially for the price. When it comes to eyeshadow palettes, I have 4 that I find myself reaching for the most. One of them I did speak about in that drugstore, best drugstore purchases video, and I also posted a dedicated video to these palettes because that is how much I really love them. The formula just truly impressed me. The pigmentation, the blendability, the wearability, pretty much exactly the criteria I have for blush or really any makeup that I recommend to you. I feel like these are all products that are very high quality, no matter what their price is, and that I truly feel you won't be disappointed in. So back to the eyeshadow palettes. The Morphe Artistry palette, Gold Seeker. I wore this one in that drugstore favorite purchases video if you want to see this on. I will also once again link that dedicated video I did to these palettes. They come in 3 different color stories and they are just so good, so worth the money. But if you are a high-end shopper only, and that is totally fine, we don't judge here, the Natasha Denona Golden Palette is my favorite. I think I purchased I didn't purchase the purple one, but I did purchase all the other palettes that she released this year except for that purple one that I can't think of the name of. I just recently purchased the I Need a Warm palette, and while I like it, I like this one better. Now, of course, if you're someone who doesn't like warm tones, you don't like the way they look on you, then this is going to be an easy pass. But I do have another favorite that is cool tones that I'm going to get to in a moment. But this palette, I find myself reaching for this a lot. If I'm not reaching for this one, if I'm feeling like I want to do an entire high-end makeup look for the day, and sometimes I do. I am that kind of person that makeup is such a passion of mine that some days I do decide, oh, I want to do a full face of all one brand, or today I want to do a full face of all my favorite luxury makeup. Even if I'm not doing a video, it's just something that I think about when I sit down at my vanity and I start to do my makeup, because the whole process is therapeutic for me. It's a creative outlet for me. So those are the thoughts that go through my head. And when I want to wear some of my best high-end makeup, I'm usually going to reach for a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. And this is the one I have on today. I'm honestly just crazy about it. So if you're looking for cool tones, this is a more recent launch in the last couple of months or last month or so. This is the Huda Beauty Icy Nude. So good. The color story is stunning. You've got mattes, you've got shimmers, you've got glitter toppers. The packaging is beautiful. You've got this big mirror here that already has my fingerprints all over it. When I first saw this palette on social media, I told myself I was not going to purchase it. But of course I did anyway. And I do not regret it. If I'm in the mood to wear cool tones, this. Or, side note, my ColourPop of Quartz eyeshadow palette. That's not new, but it is one of my favorite cool toned eyeshadow palettes. And then if you are looking for the perfect, affordable, neutral eyeshadow palette with the perfect combination of mattes and shimmers, please, please, please go and get yourself the Morphe Nude Ambition. And yes, I do have quite a few Morphe products in this video, but I am not sponsored by Morphe. I'm not even on their PR list. I just really like their products. And why is my voice going? All right, I just drank some water. Hopefully that helps. So back to the palette. Nude Ambition. I've been either wearing this or using this in a few of my recent videos. If you watched my end of the year health update chat, where I was not doing a tutorial, but I was doing my makeup as I was speaking, this is the palette I used in that video. This is a must-have. Whether you're a beginner with makeup or you've been wearing makeup daily for the past 30, 40 years, this to me is a can't go wrong must-have palette at such an affordable price. I own similar palettes to this from other brands that cost 2 and 3 times as much. No, you don't get the beautiful luxe packaging with the mirror, but it's very, very practical and it's very, very good. Now, when it comes to foundations and concealers, I feel like there weren't that many launches this year. I could be wrong. Either that or they just weren't launches for me, for my skin type. Or they are simply ones that I don't find myself reaching for that often. I know in my half-yearly favorites, I spoke about the About Face foundation, which I do still think is really, really great. Unfortunately, I tried to find a darker shade for when I self-tan, and I swatched every single shade at Ulta that I thought might work, and none of them worked. So to me, there's something off with the shade range. I was able to find a good shade for how I am now, but I wanted one for when I'm using one of my dark self-tanners and I don't tan my face and I want it to match my body. So that's the reason why I don't have any new foundations in this best of video. And as far as concealers go, there were some really good concealer releases this year, like the Danessa Myricks, like the Westman Atelier. I didn't include those because I still find myself reaching for either my Natasha Denona concealer or my Kulfi concealer or Armani, or I was recently sent the Tower 28 concealer that I thought came out this year, but when I looked it up, it actually came out in 2023. So if it had come out this year, I would have included it in this video because I'm loving the Tower 28 concealer. Okay, enough about what's not in this video. Let's talk about the face products that are in this video. This product is one I consider makeup and skincare because it is a priming moisturizer. And this is from Merit. It is their Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. If you want to do your makeup in a hurry and you don't want to have to wear a moisturizer and then apply sunscreen and then apply primer and then apply your foundation, this is putting 2 of those steps into one for you. You're going to get great hydration regardless of your skin type, and it's not too much for those of you who are oily like me. It doesn't make me overly shiny throughout the day. It plays nicely with every single foundation that I have tried it with, and it does help with the longevity of your makeup. At least that's what I've noticed. This product came out, I think, back in August, and I've been using it regularly ever since. Unless I'm wearing a foundation like Armani Luminous Silk, which isn't really meant for oily skin. In that case, I will use this, and then I will also apply an oil absorbing primer on top of that. So sometimes I use this alone as my moisturizing primer, but then sometimes I do go ahead and add that extra step. And for powder, there was no way I was going to talk about my favorite makeup releases of the year without mentioning this Too Faced Born This Way Soft Blur Powder. This is what my old one looks like. I'm still using it. But during the Sephora Savings event, I did purchase another one because why not purchase it when I can get 20% off, right? So I did, and now I'm confused because this one and this one feel different. So I was hesitant to put this in this video because now I don't know what to think about this powder. I love this one. This one is more dry. It does not have the same kind of smooth, where's my puff? I did not bring in a puff, I gotta grab one. I found this huge one. Stands Out just came out with these puffs. They're smaller ones, but this is the closest one I found. So we're gonna use this big one, I guess. It brightens, it smooths, it's absolutely flawless. I love, love, love it. And I've been raving about it for months. However, this one, while it's not bad, it doesn't seem as like brightening. It seems a little bit drier. So I don't even know what to do about this because I don't want you guys getting this powder and thinking, what was Risa talking about? This is not nearly as good as she said. But I also don't want you missing out if the majority of them are like this. Ultimately, what I'm going to tell you is, if you don't want to risk not getting the perfect one that I got originally, I would say the next best thing for a brightening, smoothing, blurring under eye powder that was released this year is the Tower 28. And I highly recommend you watch this video right here that I posted a few months ago, comparing the brand new at the time Kosas powder, Tower 28 powder, and the Too Faced. Okay, let's move on. I actually have a mascara to talk to you all about. And I did talk about this in a very recent video. It might be the video I posted just a couple days before this, where I talked about products that I didn't think I would like, but I ended up loving. But even though I just talked about it, I have to include it in this video. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Volume Mascara. In the past, I have never been wowed by a Charlotte Tilbury mascara. I thought they were okay, but not better than anything I could find at the drugstore. Not better than any of the other mascaras of the same price that I tried in the past. I kept seeing people rave, absolutely rave about this mascara. And as usual, I gave in to the hype. And the hype is real. This mascara is fantastic. I love the wand. This mascara actually does everything I want a mascara to do. I want it to hold the curl. I want it to give me length and volume without clumping. I want it to look like I have falsies on my puny, thin blonde lashes. And it truly, truly does. I personally have not had any eye irritation with this, any flakiness, any smudging. My other favorite high-end mascara this year is the Iris and Romeo Peptide Mascara. But I have to admit, I like this Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize even more. Okay, let's talk lip liners. e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liners, Maybelline Lifter Liners, and the Say Lip Liner 101 Liners. Best of the year. Normally, I'm a high-end lip liner girl. I like Charlotte Tilbury liners. I like Makeup by Mario lip liners, Chanel lip liners, but this was the year that 2 incredible, affordable lip liner formulas came out. And again, they are the e.l.f. cream liners that are only $2, and then the Maybelline lifter liners. Today, I am wearing the lifter liner in the shade On It, and I used a NYX liquid lipstick that I will put the name of in the description box, and topped it with one of my favorite lip gloss releases of the year, the Huda Beauty Faux Filler Glosses. All 5 shades purchased by me. And if she comes out with more shades, I'll probably buy those too. I think there already might be like 2 or 3 shades that I don't have just because I don't think they'll be flattering on me. But with the Maybelline lifter liner and the NYX liquid lipstick, I, on top of that, put this shade Honey, which is beautiful. If you like a peachy nude. These are so shiny. I can't say that they plump your lips. In fact, I won't say that they plump your lips. Anytime you put a gloss on your lips, they are going to appear fuller just because of the light reflection. Honestly, the only lip plumping products that I have ever tried that actually appeared to plump my lips are the Too Faced lip injection, which hurts, I think. I think they sting. And the City Lips lip plumping glosses. Those are the only 2 that I actually think truly plump your lips, even just a little bit. The rest, even though they may call themselves plumping, I just think they're, for the most part, just really nice lip glosses. And so that's my verdict on the Huda Beauty Faux Filler Glosses. Don't purchase them expecting your lips to look like you've just gotten filler. Maybe somebody out there disagrees with me. I'm sure plenty out there will disagree with me, but I buy it because I just love the shades and I love the gloss. I love the staying power, and I love that it doesn't travel outside of my lip lines like some other glosses do. I want to go back to the liners very briefly just to tell you why I think they're so good. I think the price of all 3, especially the e.l.f. being only $2, is really, really great. I find all 3 formulas to be very creamy. I find the shade ranges to be very, very good. I personally prefer a pencil that you sharpen. I'm not a huge fan of twist up liners. There are a few that I really like that I keep in my rotation that are twist up, but if I were coming out with my own lip liners, they would definitely be traditional pencils that you sharpen. So I only have one of these e.l.f. shimmer lip oils so far, but I do have 3 more coming that I ordered from the e.l.f. website because the stores around me were all sold out. I happened to get my hands on Princess Cut, and I was so impressed with it that I bought several more because they're so affordable. And this color Princess Cut is really, really stunning. I have so many high-end glosses that look and feel like this. I did read some reviews though that said that they felt the shimmer in this was kind of gritty, that they could feel it on their lips. Perhaps it's because I don't tend to wear gloss on its own. I tend to wear it over a lip liner and maybe a lipstick or a liquid lipstick. Maybe that's why I don't feel any of the grittiness that some people are talking about. I mean, I can update you when I get the other 3 shades that I ordered because maybe it is dependent on what shade you're using, but I do not feel any sort of grittiness when I use this on my lips. And I'm calling it one of the best launches of the year because, once again, this rivals so many high-end $25, $30, $35 glosses that I have. So why not spend just $8 instead of $30 if you're getting comparable quality and results? And then my final product in this best new makeup releases of 2024 is the Fenty Gloss Bomb Sticks. If you recall, moments ago when I was speaking about the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Glosses, I mentioned that they don't run outside my lip lines, and I always wear lip liner, and I don't really have, honestly, a lot of fine lines around my mouth. However, these Fenty glosses, the original ones, they always end up migrating outside my lip line or running down my chin, which is such a shame because I think the colors are so stunning. So when they launched the stick version, I ordered a couple and then I ordered a couple more because just like with the original glosses, the shade range is fabulous. There's so many beautiful shades, but I can get that glossy look without worrying about it running down my chin. And I can wear them alone. They have enough pigment that they can be worn on their own. No need to put anything underneath. I just use a lip liner and then apply the stick and I am good to go. And I do find that they wear a little bit longer than your traditional lip gloss. Lip glosses, if you haven't figured it out already, they're not the most long-wearing thing you can put on your lips. But I don't personally mind reapplying my lip product, especially a gloss, because usually it's something that can be done very, very quickly without even having to use a mirror. And these gloss sticks are especially easy to use without a mirror. But as I was saying, in my experience, they do last longer than a traditional gloss on my lips. All right, everyone, another best of the year video has come to an end. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. All of the products will be listed and linked down below in the description box of this video, as well as tagged through YouTube Shopping. You should see something that says View Products, and if you click on that, all of the products that I spoke about in this video, as long as I was able to tag them through YouTube Shopping, should appear for your convenience. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. My username is the same on every platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.